to another episode of On the Hunt with Myths and Mysteries in Black and White. We two hosts, Josh and Ed.
Hello.
Ed, I've got a joke for you.
Oh, go on.
Right. What do you say when you're looking for your cryptid friend and the person that you asked turns around and said he's gone to the shop?
Don't know.
When do you go?
I like that. Oh, yeah, I like that. When to go. Get it? Look, when to go. That's so funny. Anyway. Oh, there. But no, as you can see, we are doing an On the Hunt because if you've been taking notice of our social medias, which I know a lot of you don't, so fuck you. But anyway. Josh put up a poll, both on our Facebook and our Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And it had all the choices of what you'd like to see from this week.
Mm-hmm.
We had, like, On the Hunt.
Yep.
We had My Topic.
Yep.
We had Another Murder Mystery, which
Yep.
I'm surprised.
Didn't get anything.
No, I was surprised.
Especially because, like, the views on YouTube, it didn't do too bad. For us,
Yeah.
it didn't do too bad at all.
No, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
What else was there?
The escape room, tier list,
Yeah.
and a reaction.
Yeah. And out of all of them, I mean, it was tight.
It was tight, yeah.
I nearly got fucking shafted. It was going to be my episode. I was thinking, I don't even know what I've got to do. But no, luckily, in a way,
On the
Hunt came through.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and this week we're talking... I just want to say to one of our subscribers, Steve,
yeah,
we will be discussing a couple of your...
comments. Yeah, what you suggested. Suggestions.
Yeah, thank you. Suggestion. A couple of your suggestions, but that'll be on a later episode because this week, it's happened like last couple of weeks. A big thing has come out, especially in the cryptozoology table, and especially with my favourite place in the whole world. Where in a way, I think when I fucking leave this mortal curl, which will never happen, I'm never going to die. But I think that is where I want my ashes spread.
Well, Loch Ness.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we'll talk about Loch Ness, about how pretty much the top Nessie hunter has now come out and said, I don't know about this. It's only took him 52 years. But that will be my subject. What are you talking about today, Josh?
Once again, it keeps bringing me back. I'll be talking once again about 9/11, a specific part.
Talk about beating a dead building.
At least mine actually happened.
Well, when you think about it, mine did happen. It's just if it's real or not. And you can say the same with yours. It happened, but is it actually the way it happened or is it a different way?
Yeah, touche. Yeah, fair play.
Yeah, it's a swivel on it, mate.
But mine was real. Regardless of who done it, it was real.
Yeah, so is mine, because I think it's a plesiosaurus. We know plesiosaurs existed.
Existed.
Maybe still.
Anyway, I'll be talking about...
I'm going to fight you.
Anyway, no, I'll be talking about a specific part of 9/11. Nothing that I've covered before.
Let's get your pillars out. I'm joking.
I can't remember what I was going to say now.
Oh, well, I've had that effect on people a few times. Well, no, but there's a bit of a controversy on another thing, isn't there?
Huh?
I don't know.
What's happening?
I think we're a bit lost in translation.
Yeah.
Well, no, because if what you're talking about is that a new thing has come to the surface.
Yeah, well, I think it came out a few years... Who's this woman? Go away. Came out a couple years ago, but... I've only just found out about it myself.
Oh,
so.
right, yeah. And you call yourself a 9/11 expert?
Well, what's I'm an expert?
You shower of shit. You absolute shit ass. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I specialise in 9/11. Oh, did you know about this? No. That's news to me. Oh,
Game's a game, innit?
Thing is, I think when we first started, yes, and it was like 2 or 3 years ago when we started, if not a bit longer.
Yeah, it was coming up to 3-4 years now. Jesus Christ.
So, and now, and back then, if it came out, yeah, you'd have been on it. But because now we've had to really broaden our spectrum.
Yeah, it is sort of like just been tucked away, sort of thing.
So much you got to try and take in.
Yeah,
you can't get it all at once.
Yeah. Exactly, but
I brought you down. I'll bring you back up.
My G. But no, yeah, I'll be talking about a supposed fifth.
Me up so high, I could stand on mountains. You right. Oh, I nearly fucking went for it. Honestly, I don't. Them pricks at Westlife, I'd love to headbutt each and every one of them.
Why?
Don't know. They've got some of them faces in there. You know, like with the old boy bands and that. Like how they, when they do like a music video now, and how they look at the camera and they're like that. It's just, fuck off. Just sing your song, you twat.
Jealousy's an ugly emotion.
It is, isn't it? But, you know, especially like when they're wearing like all white suits and that. I'm like, no one is ever going to wear that. You're not an angel.
You're a rebellant.
Yeah. You're a prick with a pretty voice. Fuck off.
But no.
So fuck Westlife. Fuck all the boy bands. Apart from One Direction. They're a guilty pleasure of mine. I can't even lie. Nah, don't say it.
No. I ain't saying shit. But no.
Ground hit fast on that one. Oh no. I'm sorry. I'm not, but I am. See, this is what I love about On Hunt, because we can just talk absolute bollocks.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, like we're meant to be talking about fucking Adrian Shine and whatever you're talking about on 9/11. We talk about fucking headbutt and Westlife. Like, how's that happen? I love it.
This
Absolutely
podcast never ceases to amaze me. It really don't.
No, I know. But that's what annoys me. It's like, well, it's don't annoy me. I don't care really. But like with you'd think we would. I don't know. I mean, we're doing something wrong, Josh.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Because I like to think we're quite entertaining.
Yeah.
I love to think we're quite entertaining.
Yeah.
But for some reason, other people don't.
No.
And I really think you just got to take that plug out your ass.
Yeah. Facts.
And just enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? Life's too short.
Have
Life
a laugh.
is shit, right? Like, the world is shit. Life is horrendous. You know? So, you get us at least once a week, try to, and we try and brighten it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And you might learn something as well.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know what?
So just have a laugh.
Innit?
It's not hard.
No. Don't take everything too seriously.
Exactly. Because once you're dead, you're dead. Nothing's happening.
Don't say that. You know how things about that.
Yeah, but you just said you're not going to die. So
No, that's true. I am the immortal man. Fuck you, Tommy Shelby. I am the immortal man.
But no.
Saying that, because this week we was talking about selling my kidneys and that, and I'm pretty sure I need at least one to live, don't I?
I think so, yeah.
I need at least one.
I'm pretty sure you need at least one.
Yeah, but you and Lewis was on about fucking selling both of them. I'm like, hang on a minute.
Yeah, but if anyone can survive without a kidney, it's you.
Yeah, true.
Do you need both?
No, I think
you can survive with one.
Yeah. You've got to have at least one.
Survive.
What do kidneys do? Something do you piss, isn't it?
Filter out. Don't they filter something? Like filter the
glucose or something, isn't it? Oh, is that your liver? I don't know. Oh, no, that's pancreas.
Yes, you can completely... Oh, no, with just one kidney.
Yeah.
No, without a kidney. Without both kidneys.
I don't think you'd do very well.
Without both kidneys, a person requires immediate life-sustaining medical interventions such as dialysis or a transplant. While survival without any renal replacement therapy is limited to a few weeks, with dialysis... individuals can live for 5 to 10 years on average. Some survive in 20 to 30 years or more, dependent on their health. So, you can, but you're a bit fucked.
Yeah, I'm hooked up to a machine.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I am a machine.
Why did I just just see that now. Like, you some reason need a life support machine or something. It's like, I'm sorry, Ed. It's like, no, fuck off. I am a machine.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're right. He's cured.
Yeah. Honestly, the day I do fucking perish, they're gonna open me up, and there's just gonna be a bright light.
Yeah, it'll be like the fucking Chernobyl. Do you know what I mean? Just like with the radiation beam in the air.
Oh, because I don't know how to take that.
Great big...
You are the elephant's foot. You are the real face of Medusa. Cheers, mate.
Fuck's sake.
So anyone who sees inside me is going to completely perish from radiation.
Yeah, probably cause a complete total wipeout pandemic.
Yeah, pretty much.
COVID ain't got shit on you.
I've never had COVID, so...
You must have, just not tested.
No, because every time I did feel a bit shit, I used to test. Never had it.
You didn't do it right, did you?
Yeah.
Good say, just like spat on the swab. And
No,
just
I'll fucking stick it down back. Oh, mate.
It was horrible. No, do you know what the worst was? The nose was worse for me.
I preferred the nose.
Really?
Yeah,
I felt like somebody would like prod in my brain. I hated it.
No, because I've got a horrendous gag reflex. Like, I could never be a gay man.
Yeah, same, to be fair.
No, I've got you beat on that. Because sometimes I put a chip in my mouth and it makes me gay.
I'm not that bad.
Yeah, I can be that bad. Like, I have got a horrendous gag reflex. So when they're trying... Oh, I even thought of it. Make my fucking throat close up. But yeah, when they're trying to fucking scratch the back of your fucking head.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying...
It was a fuck time to live in. I've always said I'm going to make it sound like when I have a kid and they grow up, I'm going to have them learn that it was like a zombie apocalypse.
Or like
I'm going to
I'm going
to so over dramatise
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Put in World War Z and say, yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, and then like you said, I'm going to show them the film 2012 and go, and I survived that. Just watch them like, wow.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I am him.
God, we make kids sound gullible, don't we?
Yeah. Well, they are. Come on. You stuck Peppa Pig on a bag of gravel, they'd fucking want it.
No.
I bet you some kids would.
Yeah, some kids. But Peppa Pig is a fucking abomination.
It is, yeah. Facts.
There's only two programs I like. That's Bluey and Bob the Builder.
What, of all childhood TV shows?
Or like that age.
Oh, right, okay. All right, I'll let you off. I was going to say, there are loads.
Yeah, no, but like for that age kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Little, like Jackson's age.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Bluey and Bob the Builder. Like the old... I mean, I don't mind the news...
it's not Neil Morrissey. It don't hit right.
No, it don't. I know what you mean. And Scoop. Because that's Neil from In-Betweeners who plays Scoop. Yeah. But he's got the most annoying voice. And they fuck with Scoop, actually. Right, I know... We will get to our subjects at some point. Right? Because back in the old Bob the Builder, Scoop was the boy.
Yeah.
He was like the right-hand bucket, I guess, of Bob. Like, he was like the leader of the machine.
Yeah.
And then the new ones, they made him whingy, cry, and he messes everything up.
That was Lofty, weren't it, in the original?
No,
he was
Lofty
a bit of a mopey prick.
No, he was just scared of everything.
Well, same thing.
Oh, right. But, and it really annoys me because I've got... the love I have for old Scoop is something to behold. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can still remember. I had a dream at like 5 years old. And I can still remember it's clear as day. It was like I was at a pantomime, but it weren't a pantomime. And behind the red curtain, Scoop come out, but he was like real, but not real, if you know what I mean. And yeah, I know. I was 5 years old. Give me credit. And it was like the best. He knew my name. We were going to work together. We was going to be friends for life. And then I woke up and my life's been downhill ever since. But yeah, and I remember, I saw the new ones and it got like different machines in it now as well and all sorts. I thought, I'll give it a go.
Fucking imposter syndrome. Get rid.
No. Because one I was always skeptical about is that in the old ones they never had a 360. Like a track machine.
Yeah.
And I was like, and they have got one in the new one. It's called Stretch. So I was like, oh, that's sick. But then seeing how Scoop is, I'm like,
what you done to my boy?
Yeah.
Hashtag justice for Scoop.
Yeah, honestly, I might start that fucking movement. Fuck the Me Too movement. Bring back old Scoop Booth. Because they've done him so dirty. Oh. And I know what you mean, like Neil Morrissey, he'll always be
Bob the Builder.
Bob, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll be blown. Honestly, I'll never. That was the best moment. Because I, like, to help us get through it, I'm not saying get through it because I was loving every minute of it. But, you know, like, me and Courtney, we're adults. Well, meant to be. I've got a very childish mind. And that anything, like, between Bob and Wendy, I was making an innuendo out of it.
Yeah.
And we were just watching an episode, and he was on the phone, and he just said, "I'll be blown." My eyes lit up like a fucking Christmas tree. I was like, "This is it." I was like,
"My moment."
Yeah, like everyone in slow motion. I could feel Courtney like slowly turning her head. Like, oh no, I know what he's gonna do, and I'm like, "That's what you say to Wendy." Best moment of life. Fucking hell.
Oh my god.
I fucking love it. And I'm not mentioning that parsnip nosed twat. That's a good thing about the new one. He's not in it.
Killed him off.
Yeah. That's what he fucking needed. But Travis isn't in it, and I love Travis.
That was a green one, wasn't it?
He was the tractor.
I can't remember what machines they were. I just remember the colours. I remember Dizzy. Was it Dizzy? Mixie? Whatever his name was? The orange little cement mixer?
Yeah, that's Dizzy.
Dizzy. I remember Dizzy.
Scoop, the yellow digger.
Yeah.
Rolly, the roller.
Blue.
Green.
Lofty was blue, wasn't it?
Yeah, Lofty the crane was blue. Muck, he was like the red dumper bulldozer thing.
Name rings a bell, I just can't picture him.
You can't picture Muck?
No.
He was on tracks. He had a bucket on the front. He had a dumper on the back.
Okay. It's been years, mate. I haven't got a kid. I can't justify watching it.
I used to. Like, do you ever get, like, you've been there and you're, like, doing normal things, you know, watching telly, having a wank. Well, I don't know what you do, but, you know, playing a game, whatever. And you just get, like, the sudden urge, like, to go back to your childhood. Like,
definitely not when I'm having a wank, no.
Well, I don't know, mate. Like, you do
halfway through it, it's like, oh, I remember that when I was a kid. Jesus Christ.
So, like, a word or a sentence, like just take you back. I don't know. But anyway. But yeah, and you end up like, oh, I remember that as a kid. And then you go on YouTube, put it in, and then you go down a rabbit hole.
I have done that with Pingu once or twice.
I've done that with so many. I've done that with, like, Street Sharks. I've done it with Bob the Builder. No end of times. What else? Tractor Tom. Ed and Eddie. That was a few more, but yeah.
Drake and Josh, I've done it a few times with as well.
That's a fair shout. But no, yeah, I always just end up going down into a deep dive. Like,
yeah.
Ended up watching it all. But, you know.
Fair
right,
play.
Josh. We're already 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
We didn't even fucking start. These are meant to be the short episodes. That's what gets me.
Ah, well.
Right, who's going first?
Don't mind. You want to go first?
Yeah, go on.
Right.
Get out of the way. Oh, what's happened?
Panic over.
Right, so if you was listening earlier, I know we rambled on a bit and it kind of could go through one ear and out the other, which is fair. I do it all the time.
Yep.
I was speaking about Adrian Shine, who was 76. He has spent 52 years, like that's over half a century.
Over half his life.
Well, yeah. And he has spent researching and trying to track down the mythical monster, the Loch Ness monster, or Nessie, as we like to call her. A man who's for 5 decades trying to track down Loch Ness monster reckons he's actually been on a wild goose chase.
So that must be so disheartening, knowing you spent half your life focused on this one thing and desperately trying to prove it right, and then right at the end go, it's not. Oh, do you know what I mean? That must be the most gut-wrenching punch ever.
But I had a little read before coming on, and I was thinking, like, it just ways like discrediting it. Just it does seem a bit half-assed.
Yeah, like he's almost just gave up, sort of thing.
Pretty much, because he says he believes that the so-called sightings at the famous body of water in the Highlands actually have a rather mundane explanation, which don't involve the mythical creature. The naturalist, 76, has been looking into the large long-necked monster known as Nessie since 1973, and even led a major sonar exploration in Loch Ness back in 1987. That's Operation Deep Scan.
Mm-hmm.
Even though his team was armed with £1 million worth of equipment, they didn't find any concrete evidence that the Loch Ness Monster actually exists.
Mm-hmm.
However, he has now revealed that he became rather sceptical about the existence of the mythical creature he has dedicated his life to, finding after believing he had spotted one of its humps, which turned out to be actually a rock. Shine explained that he believes that the countless sightings of Nessie people have reported are actually the result of ship wakes.
Ship wakes?
Yeah, you know when like a boat goes through the water.
Oh, and it makes that sort of like wavy thing.
Yeah, from the propeller and that. That's called a wake.
Oh.
He suspects that movements in the water caused by passing boats and the fact that the Caledonian Canal runs through Loch Ness have been fooling people into thinking they spotted the mythical creature. The sightings are caused by ship wakes, Shine told The Sun. Here they develop this multi-humped form, and that's what people often see. Which I think is just a proper scapegoat, because that has always been a theory, an explanation for a lot of sightings that it's just caused by boat wakes. And now now he's saying, that is what it is. It's like, come on. Like, if you really thought that, you'd have gave up years ago. They've been saying that since the fucking 60s.
And don't that happen like pretty much after a boat's been by? No,
they can last for a long time.
Oh, can they? I was going to say, because surely the boat would have to be there for the wake.
No, not necessarily.
Oh, all right.
The long-time Nessie hunter said there are alternate explanations for other phenomena witnessed on the water too, including why people believe they've spotted the elusive monster's long neck. Shine says that it's actually something of an optical illusion, which is usually the result of birds gathering on a calm surface.
Okay.
The thing is, right, the kind of thing I get with it all, and I could see how people take it the wrong way and everything, is because when you go to Loch Ness, you are there for the sole purpose of trying to have a sighting.
Yeah.
Of trying to see Nessie. So, anything.
You're going to instantly think,
is that it? That's got to be.
Yeah.
And it could be just a accumulation of things.
You want to see it, so anything is it.
You know. And I just think that it is a very, like, cheap excuse.
Yeah. Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Backing up his theory, Sean went on to explain that he reckons the loch, which the mythical monster supposedly stalks, is far too cold for it to live in, which, again, is a very common theory.
Mm-hmm.
While there also isn't enough fish in there for it to survive. It's on a diet. Keep calm. But again, these are all theories that so many scientists, so many like bookworms, and fucking, I don't know, I'm not saying like shallow-minded or narrow-sighted, but you know, them kind of people. They're going to come up with every explanation what it could be. The thing is, right, like, yeah, a lot of them could be.
Yeah.
I'm not disputing that. Not disputing that at all. Because the actual thing, like, in my mind, the actual thing of Nessie being actually out there is low.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I'd love it to be, it is low. It's got to be, because, like, you know. But if it was a person citing that, right, and they said they saw something like this, it's that. How do you know? You weren't there. You didn't see it. I could be by the lock, Nessie's come up, I've high-fived him in the flipper, and I've said that, and they're going to say, it was a rock. Like, are you fucking joking me?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, like, it could be with a number of things, not just like with Nessie, it could be like with Bigfoot, it could be with aliens or anything. you as
you're not there.
Yeah, you as the one who had the sighting, you see it. You saw whatever you saw, right? If you're lying or hoaxing it, you're just a fucking scum, you know. And I hope you break your leg tying your shoelaces. Don't know how that happened, but fuck it.
That's a talent.
Yeah, but no, but like it because it discredits every other person who's had a legit sighting, and it just they get tired of all the same.
Yeah,
that's why so many sightings don't come out, or they they do it anonymously, or they do it, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because it's the ridicule with everything, you know. And credit where credit's due to Adrian Shine. Like, he has been researching this for 52 years. You know, he has actually pretty much lived on Loch Ness for 52 years trying to find it, and now he's saying, I don't think it's real, and that is incredibly sad of that. But also, I just think that's a fucking cop out, because if I spent 52 years looking for something, in the back of my mind, even if I was like, there is nothing here, in the back of my mind is,
but there could be.
What if I don't stay here, something could happen.
Yeah.
And am I really going to waste 52 years to fuck off for then something to happen?
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm going to die on this hill.
But then at the same time, to play devil's advocate, what if it's like, am I really going to waste all my life here and nothing happens?
You got to think though as well, right? How many true Nessie hunters are there in the world?
I couldn't tell you.
You can probably count on one hand.
Right.
I don't know. There probably is a fair few, but let's just say, for instance, the whole population, you can count on one hand. You are one of them people. You've probably had the adventure of a lifetime. You're not in the status quo. You're not living that boring 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Paying your bills, getting by. You're there. You're actually on a mission. You're on an adventure. You're making memories. Even if there weren't anything there, I'd be laying on my deathbed saying I've had the best fucking time of my life doing this. And I hope someone picks up where I've left off.
Yeah.
But for just saying like, oh, I don't think there's anything there, I'll give up.
Yeah.
Just give up.
Yeah, that's what it boils down to.
He's give up. That's what annoys me. He's give up. Like, I don't think he's fully given up. I think he's always like, I hope I'm proved wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you have given up.
Yeah.
And that annoys me, because there's people like me who have loved Nessie all their lives, and there's probably young kids who've hearing about Nessie and getting into it, and hearing about, and for someone to say there's nothing there, I'll give up. It's so disheartening. It's because when you're a kid, you've got your mind full of wonder, full of mystery, full of excitement. Oh my god, there's dinosaurs. To then say no, they're in.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'd be, you know, and then you're just creating boring blobs. Keep your imagination. Keep that excitement. Keep that mystery. If I was him, you know, he does what he wants. I mean, he's actually gone out and there and done it, which I'm incredibly jealous of.
Yeah.
But even if I did think, I don't know, I don't think there is anything out. I wouldn't say it. I'd say, you know what, I'm 76 now. I'm fucking tired. I'm just gonna take a step back. I'm just gonna retire.
Yeah.
You know.
If he like come out and just said I'm retiring, it wouldn't be as bad.
Yeah. He said I'm gonna try and do what I can. It's still gonna be a hobby of mine or whatever. Even if you're lying.
Yeah.
You know, but I just think for.
But at the same time, you have no idea how long he's felt like this. He could have felt like this for a good couple of decades.
Right. Well, what's another couple of decades?
He's 70. He probably wants a rest.
He can have a rest. That's what I'm on about. He can have a rest. He can retire. He can fucking go to Bahamas for all I care. But for researchers like myself, like cryptozoologists and other researchers, and it might not just be into Nessie, it could be in anything, it's going to put a dampener on everything you do, because it's just like, oh, he spent 52 years. What likelihood am I going to?
Yeah,
You know
I know what you mean.
But, you know, game's a game. It hasn't dampened me, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Like, so I am a realist. And no, I'm not a realist, really, because I like to think there is stuff there. But I try and think about it logically how there could be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't always look at how they couldn't be, but I always like to think of how they could be.
Yeah.
Try and make that argument. But and he's put they were all like oh, hang on, back. The expert also revealed that after weighing up the loch with a conjurer who studied classic art, the penny dropped for him. They were all fakes, and he showed us the explanation Shines said of some of the alleged sightings. Although most people would seriously get the hump if they spent all their life chasing the Loch Ness Monster only to come to this conclusion, Shine hasn't. He also isn't completely closing the door on the mythical monster, as he holds out hope that some compelling information could still come to light. Shine added, "I've had enormous fun, and any new proof would be wonderful." He previously detailed his theory about how boat wakes were possibly being misinterpreted as Nessie's humps poking out the water, saying that this could create a fascinating illusion. When a vessel is coming towards you, it is obvious what the wake is. You see it spreading out from sides of the vessel approaching you, or indeed going away from you, Shine said. But if it's going across your front, it's quite different. You see the individual wave train, the individual wavelets as solid black humps. I mean, that does make sense because the loch is black.
Yeah.
It's so dark. They will be short and many for a vessel moving slowly, and they'll be longer and fewer as the vessel gathers speed. The wavelines can almost continuous, and it is a fascinating illusion. It is very compelling. However, compelling it may be to witness, it isn't enough to convince Shine that Nessie is no more than a nautical law reborn in Loch Ness, which stems from a mythical sea serpents. Fucking cop out, that's all that is. Nah, if that is what he believes, I mean, fair play to him to have the bollocks to actually come
Say
out
it,
of it.
yeah.
Because you imagine that, like, any, like, fucking brain dead thug, if they ever saw him, like, you just wasted your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be like, nah, I've had the adventure of a lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, so I do get it, but also I just think, as a researcher myself who can't get out there all the time, for someone, it does dampen it.
Mm.
It does dampen it. But it don't dampen me, because there is something out there, and it hasn't been found. It's because we're not there to fucking find it. If we were there, we would have got it.
First day, mate.
Yeah. Without a doubt. I just don't think they go about it the right way.
How would you do it?
I'd actually, like, hunt it, like, fish it, like, bait it, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
They mainly, like, just do just deep scans and stuff like that, which is fucking fantastic, but we ain't got that kind of gear.
No.
I'd go back to my roots. Like, I'd go, like baiting it out, like, really, like, you know, like with fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you was like a big fisherman and you know, like, in one of these lakes there is, like, the monster carp. There's the 50 pounds in there. You know, it's stuff of legend. Only a handful of people. You'd be going there, like, as many times as you can, not to fish, but to bait it. You know, to get that attraction.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to bring it over, and then the time you do, it's already there.
Yeah.
It's under your nose. Get it, fucking wheel it out.
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
Surely someone's done that with the lock, though.
I think people have, but they probably haven't been consistent enough.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not going to be a week thing.
I know, you're looking a good year or so.
Yeah.
A minimum.
Yeah, and it is just pretty much drive up, park up, chuck a bit of bait in, go away.
Yeah.
That's it. You're not going to be there and you're going to see it because you'll spook them. You can do with fish. You can do with anything. You've really got. It's like gaining trust. They've really got to gain your trust.
Mm-hmm.
To then for you to fuck it up, put a rope around its neck, drag it onto the shore, punch it in the head a few times, get the cameras, and be like, ta-da! I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, why can I just picture that? Just you kicking the shit out of it.
No, honestly, I think if I ever actually, like, saw it, or like I'd break down into tears.
Yeah.
Just for the sheer nostalgia, the memories I've got of like my family, like my mum, massively. Like I keep going on about my mum like as a fucking dead horse trying to get sympathy. Nah, she's dead. But no, because that is where it all began.
Yeah.
My whole cryptozoology life. It began from Nessie, from talking about it with my mum. My mum showing me stuff, my dad showing me stuff, and like really get like it was just that like broadening my imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Like the thought of things being like people
out there that nobody knows about.
Yeah, and no one can explain, and no one can fully say yes or no.
Yeah,
and it just really really opened my eyes to like how mysterious and wonderful our world actually can be. When it ain't been ran by tyrannical fucks. So yeah, I think honestly, it is one of them. We've spoken about it hundreds of times now. That whole thing. If we saw it, we went there and we saw it. Would we? Would we put it out to the world?
Yeah.
There's a massive part of me is saying yeah, and be like I'd be like, Adrian, you fucked up. You couldn't just hang in there for a little while.
Little longer.
Answered back my emails. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, and play like, see, there's stuff in the world we don't know about.
Yeah.
You know, you can't take everything for face value. But then there's also, it's like, if that happens, what is it going to do to that lock? It's going to be so overcrowded.
Yeah, it'd be ransacked.
It'd be fucked. And then it's the whole thing of like, if I saw it, like, be like, I know. You know, and that is...
It's good enough for me, I think.
It is good enough, but also it's just like, I want that retribution, that vindication, you know, that like, see, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a fucking weirdo who talks about weird shit online. That I can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 It's a very, very funny one. It's a funny one, and I'm always back and forth. Like, the hunter in me is like, yeah, I want to fucking cut his head off and put it on the wall. That sounds bad, because I hate trophy hunters. But I hate trophy hunters. If I ever kill something, it's to eat it, and I don't think I'd do very well if I ate Nessie. Be like, so is Nessie real? Be like, yeah. Where is it?
I'll shut him out.
Yeah, I'll shit him out. But that don't bode well, does it? I wonder what he tastes like, though, to be fair.
Grim.
Do you think?
Yeah. Especially if it is a plesiosaur, it'd be all blubbery and it'd be rank.
I don't know. Because I bet there's like some good muscle in there and that as well.
Yeah, but I bet that tastes nice.
I don't know. If it's a reptile...
Could you imagine, like, I don't know, like an orca tasting nice? I reckon it'd be the similar sort of thing of that.
Honestly, mate, they're into meat I won't try.
Yeah, try, but do you reckon it would taste nice?
I don't know. There's enough... It depends how much salt I've got. Everything can taste nice with enough salt.
Fair enough.
I'm a simple
Just
boy.
lather it in salt.
Yeah, I'm a simple boy. But yeah, then there is it's living its life. It ain't harming no one. It ain't doing nothing wrong. Let it live its life. It wants to leave it that mystery.
Yeah.
For then other young people to. Like,
but again,
get
then going on your what you've said in the past.
Yeah.
About surely there has to be more than one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be long dead by now.
No. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I thought there was a follow up.
No.
Yeah. No.
It's just because you said let it live its life. I was like, surely it'd be dead by now. But
I'm just saying of the one I've seen.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Seeing,
yeah.
And live its life. But yeah, no, there's got to be more than one if there is such creatures out there. But then you go on the more likely explanations where it's just an oversized conger eel or catfish or, you know what I mean?
Something like that.
I know there's a couple of cryptozoologists that think it's actually like previously thought of extinct whales.
Oh, okay.
And stuff like that. That's like with the whole... Because Basilosaurus and stuff was like more serpentine.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And that's what they think they could be.
Wouldn't it be an air breather then? So you'd
Well,
have
even
more
a
chance.
Yeah, but same as a reptile.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
Reptile's
is, if
air
it was like an air breather like that, surely it would have been spotted by now, because they'd have to
Do you know
come
how
to the
big-
surface
Do
constantly.
you know
to
how big
breathe.
Loch Ness is?
Yeah, it's fucking massive. But you think how many years?
Yeah,
Surely at least one person.
they have. That's why they're called sightings.
Yeah, but half of them have been proven fake.
Yeah, but photographs you could prove fake, but it's more about just eyewitness accounts.
Yeah, you got a point.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there has been with a lot of because on the boats there they're all scanning. Of course they are.
Yeah.
And there's been quite a few that have shown a mass, usually about 12 to 14 foot long, been seen with no explanation. You just don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't know. Is there? I don't know. I doubt it.
Yeah.
I hate to say
Do you reckon it? Do you reckon there's literally nothing in there, or do you reckon it is something more likely like a fish or something?
There could, yeah. I'll say if there is anything out there, it's not as fantastical as a plesiosaur. Even though there could be. I'm not saying they're in.
Yeah.
But the most logical explanation is probably an eel
Yeah.
or a catfish of some sort.
Yeah.
I mean, we know how big catfish
Then
can
get fucking massive. What about sturgeon?
Sturgeon, no. I don't know.
Because they can get fucking huge.
They can get big, but I'll just think with a Welsh catfish, serpentine,
Yeah.
eels. It's always been said there's a lot of eels in Loch Ness.
Yeah.
And conger eels especially can get massive. Absolutely massive. So
And with the vast space it's got in the loch.
yeah.
Plus, don't the loch filter out to the sea?
Yeah, apparently
So it could easily just come and go as it pleases.
Caves that go straight to the North Sea.
That's what I mean. So it could just come and go as it fucking pleases.
In a
do you know
way,
what I mean?
yeah, they could use Loch Ness as a breeding ground. There's just so many different theories and that you don't know which way to go.
Yeah.
Like I'll always love that the fairy tale
Yeah.
of last living plesiosaurs. That'll always be my go-to. What I think Nessie is,
Yeah.
but what I actually think Nessie
Yeah, I know what you
is,
mean. Yeah.
is
Head and heart sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. But Loch Ness will always have such a soft spot in my heart for what it's done for me throughout my life.
Mhm.
Really, let us say from a kid with the magic, and because that's what it is. It's magic.
Yeah, of course.
And everything. To even when I actually went there, I got engaged to my wife.
Yeah.
So Loch Ness is actually a massive part of my life,
Yeah.
and it spurred us on to doing stuff like this.
Mhm.
So I'm in debt to Loch Ness in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You know, even though I've only been there
Once. That's better than none.
Yeah. Like I say, there's so many people who love Nessie and who've never had the chance to go. I can actually say, hand on heart, I've been there. I've seen the loch. I've touched the loch.
Yeah.
You know, I've brought a stone home somewhere. It's probably on the drive. But like, nice. You know what I mean? Like, I could say I have been to the place I've always wanted to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm just sad. I'm sad about Adrian though.
Yeah.
Because when you think of like a Nessie hunter, he was always like one of the first people that came up on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
If you put in top Nessie hunter, his face was there.
Yeah.
It's like Patson and Gimlin for Big.
Yeah.
It's like old matey for Ancient Aliens.
Oh, mate.
You know what I mean? The mad hair.
Yeah.
You know, when you think of, I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
fields.
You instantly think of one. Jurassic Park, Alan Grant.
Yeah, exactly. You know, when you think of that, that's always like a picture that could come into your head. And Jeffrey Meldrum, R.I.P. Honestly, that knocked the wind out of me when that came up. That he passed, I was absolutely devastated. I never got to meet him. He knew about us though.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That is.
You always got
that. That absolutely fucking. It's made it all worth. If we stop today, Josh, the thought of Jeffrey Meldrum knew about us, and I've got to say a massive thank you to Daniel Barnett for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but because he knew about us, that's
good
enough for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm getting all sentimental. Right, Josh, we're going to talk about people dying.
Yeah. Well, no. The thing I'm talking about, they didn't die.
Right, you saying 9/11 was just an
No.
illusion?
The specific part I'm talking about, no one died.
Oh, before we go on to that,
Yep.
I actually taught my old man something yesterday.
What's that?
I taught him about the whole thing with Alex Jones and
The frogs.
yeah,
Yeah.
because my sister and I, like, my sister's daft as a brush, and and my niece as well. They're as bad as each other, to be fair. We was in the car, like, me and my old man picked them up, and my niece was just going, "You're turning a freaking box, gay."
What, did you just casually just come out with it?
Yeah, well, her and Roxy were talking about something.
Oh, right.
And Dad was like, "What are you on about?" And I said, years ago, there was a conspiracy theorist, and he's very irate, he's very highly strung.
That's putting it lightly.
Yeah. But, and he said about these people are putting chemicals in the water, and it's actually turning the frogs gay. And then it actually turned out, because they were putting atrazine in the water, and the male frogs were turning female. My sister was trying to argue with me about it as well, like saying that, all that, because the whole point of it is because of, like, what it's done to frogs. It has actually castrated them, turned them into females, and they was able to have fertile eggs, which is still it is such a mental thing that actually happened. But I think it's more of the fact it's trying to explain. I'm not saying men are feminine now, but it from, like, back in the day, say, and to now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but how there is, like, such a
drop off
of, like, of
masculinity.
Masculinity of testosterone or whatever, and it's because of atrazine. I'm not saying it is exactly what it's doing, because I still need to research on it. It's actually boosted, like, estrogen levels, for instance, and it is turning. It was able to do that to frogs. What's it doing to people?
Yeah,
and my sister's trying to argue it, saying no, it's because of how cruel people were back then, which I'm not disputing. But more people are more open about it now, which again I'm not disputing. But people did. There was a lot more, like, more of masculine or whatever back then, and it weren't like you had to hide, because a lot of these people did get married, have kids, and lived out the days with their love of life. But now it seems like there's such more of an influx of the LGBTQ, which do what you want. You know, love is love at the end of the day, you know.
And if hairs and blossoms bloom.
Good old Bob Catter. Oh, he's fucked, but I love him. You know what I mean?
He's mental. He's a good mental.
Yeah. He's just very patriotic.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to crocodiles. Fuck me.
Oh, yeah. And, like, well, anything to do, like, hunting and stuff.
Yeah.
And just being an Australian.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't say he's Lebanese. What was I getting at? But yeah, so we had this argument, but I pretty much was teaching Dad about atrazine.
Yeah.
And how, because that's the thing, we've got to put chemicals in tap water to make it clean.
Yeah.
Because
chlorinate it and shit.
Yeah. And it's got to be doing something to a person.
Well, yeah, that's not good for your body, regardless of whatever.
I'm not saying, oh, you're trans because you're ill. I'm not saying that at all. If you truly believe that, you truly believe that. Oh, we know people.
Yeah.
You know, and fucking fair play to them. You know, credit where credit's due. But I think you could argue there is some explanation to it. Do you know what I mean?
There could be. Yeah, there very well could be.
But whatever, you know. I've drunk tap water all my life. And I'm... Oh, fucking hell, that ain't a good example, really, is it? Because I'm so fucking autistic. It's unbelievable, really, in a lot of ways. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. In some ways... Well, I think it was just easier to explain that to my old man because he is so old school.
Yeah.
You know, and with stuff what's happened with the family in the past few years and everything, he has become a lot more open-minded, you know. So,
and that's the thing you'll find, not just necessarily with old-fashioned people, but with a lot of people. If they're so set in their ways, it takes one thing to happen for them to broaden their horizon. Do you know what I mean? For them to be like, fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I'll admit this, that, you know, if we get backlash, we get backlash. I apologise. But I was a very close-minded person.
Yeah.
And I probably still am in some retrospects.
Yeah.
But I am trying.
Yeah.
Because it's just the world we live in now.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
We've got to be open-minded.
Yeah. But, again, I might get backlash for this. There's a fine line between being open-minded and just being downright ridiculous, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. But the thing is, both me and you have got to be open-minded because of the subjects we cover.
Yeah.
If we, let's say, for instance, that my belief in Bigfoot, but then I don't believe in another thing, it's just like it's contradictory.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's the thing, even with the topics we cover, it always comes down to a case of right at the end we'll go, do you believe it or not?
Yeah.
We're not saying it's 100% true or 100% false. We're just saying our personal opinion.
Yeah.
Bollocks.
Pretty much. But yeah, no, so I hope I won't fuck that up for it. But yeah, so just be careful. If you're a frog and you have atrazine, your willy might fall off.
If you're a frog and you're listening to this, fair fucking play. You're talented.
Loveland Frogman. Stop. That was great.
That was brilliant.
I never thought I'd have so much fun talking about Loveland
A fucking frog.
I don't know. But no, yeah, so Josh.
Yes.
I don't know how we got onto this.
No.
I think basically it's like, we love Alex Jones. As mad as he is. Fair play.
And he has said some fucking ridiculous shit in the past.
Yeah. And he has come out and pretty much said, like,
Sorry.
Yeah.
He had a fucking choice, really.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But nah. He's just eccentric.
Yeah.
He's just entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so fuck it. But yeah, so Josh, you're talking
Yes,
about 9/11.
Yes.
Again.
Do you want me to or not?
Yeah,
I will fuck this off. I don't care.
No, of course I do. I'm just playing up. I'm just being a dickhead. Nothing new there.
But no, what I will be specifically talking about is supposedly a fifth plane should have been involved in the attack. So, where is it? Nearly 22 years after Al-Qaeda terrorists hijacked... Well, sorry, this was in 2023. So 2022 years, so it would have been 24 years now, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, nearly 24 years after...
No. 25. 2026.
Fuck, it is, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Well, in September it'll be 26.
Yeah.
26.
So nearly 25 years, after Al-Qaeda terrorists hijacked and crashed 4 US passenger jets in the worst attacks on American soil since Pearl Harbor, the FBI have disclosed that it is actively investigating an apparent attempt to hijack a fifth plane on 9/11.
So I don't know why I got this in my head. It's they're on the plane. And a hijacker's got in the cockpit. It was I'm hijacking this plane. And the pilot's going, no, you're not. He went, okay. And just sat back down.
Sorry.
Well, I tried. Turns out it was just going to Hawaii. And he's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going on holiday.
The plane, a wide-bodied Boeing 767, was operated by United Airlines at 9 o'clock that morning. Flight 23 was scheduled to make a non-stop transcontinental trip from New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport to Los Angeles. Aboard were about 160 passengers, 8 or 9 crew members, and more than 50,000 gallons of jet fuel. The Flight 23 in 2009 is not mentioned in the final report of the 9/11 Commission, even though Commission records show that its staff was well aware of it. Florida Bulldog reported the little-known story of Flight 23 last September, which included information provided by pilot Tom Manello that he and other crew members were interviewed by the FBI the next day. The Bulldog filed a Freedom of Information request for FBI records about United Airlines Flight 23 last summer. The FBI recently responded by acknowledging that it has records about Flight 23, but that they were exempt from public disclosure.
Could it be because it didn't happen? They didn't want to drag it
maybe,
out
or because it's an active investigation.
Maybe
They can't
yeah,
disclose anything because if it comes out it's bollocks or whatever, then
they've just created mass hysteria for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
In a way, I don't know if it created hysteria, but you know what I mean. Fuel to the fire.
Yeah, exactly. It is well known that 19 al-Qaeda jihadists, including 15 citizens of Saudi Arabia, engaged in 4 coordinated hijackings on 9/11. 2 jetliners crashed into the Twin Towers of New York's World Trade Center.
Did it?
Another rammed the Pentagon, and the 4th drove into a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, as passengers fought to gain control. Those hijacked flights originated out of airports in Boston, Newark, and suburban Washington. Captain Manello was preparing United 23 for a pushback from JFK's Terminal 7 when he got his first hint that something wasn't right. The guy doing the pushback asked me if I'd heard anything about the fire at the World Trade Center. I said no, and thought nothing more of it.
Fire, not the crash.
Exactly.
Fire.
Cleared to taxi a runway, Manello and his co-pilot, Carol Timmons, got in line behind 10 other planes that were lined up. Nobody was taken off. A report soon arrived that a second plane had crashed into the Trade Center. Manello charged it off as somebody in Cessna doing something stupid. Oh no, sorry, that was the first attack. In fact, at 8:46 a.m., Flight 11 had crashed into the North Tower. 17 minutes later, United Flights 175 crashed into the South Tower. At 9:20 a.m., United Aircraft Communications and Response System sent out a warning. Beware of cockpit intrusion. 2 aircraft in New York have hit the World Trade Center. National Guard reacted immediately. Manello grabbed his plane's crash axe. Timmons wedged their suitcases between a metal bulkhead and the cockpit door. Now, Manello heard the strangest radio call I've ever heard in my life. New York ground controllers in the tower said, "Ladies and gentlemen, the airport is now closed. We've been ordered to evacuate this facility. You are on your own."
Oh, fuck yeah. Every man for himself.
Yeah, and it just went, yeah, good luck, boys. Peace and fade. Manello notified via intercom the flight attendants and told them not to try and enter the cockpit. One flight attendant quickly replied, "We've got these 4 weird young Arab guys sitting in first class. It's unusual." As Manello taxied back...
That's fucking right.
What do you want to do with these fucking weirdos then?
Cool.
What?
No, don't worry.
Oh, God. As Manello taxied back to the gate, he took a route with a view of Manhattan. He and Timmons could see thick black smoke pouring out of the World Trade Center. Parked at the gate, Manello and Timmons shut down the engines as passengers, including the 4 Arabs, deplaned. When they were ready to leave, Manello looked through the cockpit door's peephole and saw a mechanic waiting. He says, "You've got to clear out. I'm ordered to lock up the airplane." Manello, now retired, went to the chief pilot's office and described what had happened with the Arabs. The chief pilot called the FBI. Agents questioned the crew at length the following day. An agent told Manello that there were actually 7 Arabs or Muslims who might have been Saudis on the plane. There were a couple with a 2 or 3-year-old baby, and the FBI agent turned around and said, "We're looking for the other 4 gentlemen." Last March, TMZ Investigates broadcast a program about Flight 23 that took story further. 2 flight attendants said that 4 Arabs were in first class, 2 men, a young boy, and a woman with an enveloping burqa, who they all believed was actually a man posing as a woman. The men were impatient to take off.
She might have looked masculine, but
yeah.
She could have been a lovely lady.
One flight attendant noted there was also a man in business class wearing a t-shirt and sweating profusely, even though the plane was fully cooled.
He might be scared of flying.
Exactly. The flight attendants also stated that after everyone was believed to have deplaned, it was discovered that the floor hatch behind the crew cabin and under carpeting had been opened, leading to an electronics compartment and another hatch that opens out on the underside of the plane. Manello did not observe this, but speculated it may have been used by someone on the ground to enter the plane to retrieve weapons like box cutters. Yet another flight attendant that day, who was not on the program, recently contacted Florida Bulldog. She agreed that 4 Arabs in first class were 2 men, a boy, and a person in a burqa that she also believed was a man posing as a woman. She said she took their tickets and saw their passports but could not recall their country. The flight attendant said that after the plane returned to the gate and people began deplaning, she watched a passenger agent come on board and say, "We don't know if there are any bombs on board. We're going to move these airplanes away from the gate so it doesn't affect the terminal."
I wonder. I've just had this thought for passport photos. Because of their religion and that, like the women of like Muslim culture, they wear the full burqas.
Yeah.
Did you wear the full burqa?
Well, no,
passport photo.
Surely not. Because you need the face. Otherwise.
But then when they give the passport over and you look at it and you look at them, you think, can you open it up?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'm not trying to be ignorant. I'm just a genuine.
Because you can't take obviously the passport photo with the burqa, look at the woman in the burqa and go, "Yeah, that's you." Because you have no idea who's under that.
Yeah, but also they never show their face in that, do they?
No, that is a good point, actually.
I'm not trying to be.
No, I know that is actually a really good point. If anyone knows, let us know.
Yeah. I'm sorry if it comes across ignorant. I'm not.
No, but that is a good point, though.
Wonder.
That is a really good point. Where is that? The mechanic is going to come on board and drive the airplane. You know, away from the gate. I've heard all that.
Yeah.
The woman who asked, not to be named, said she and her colleagues searched the plane to make sure everyone was off and that no packages were left behind. She said that the last mechanic had entered the cockpit and she was the last crew member to step off the plane when she decided to go back and grab a bottle of water. The 4 Arab passengers in first class were all gone. All the passengers were gone. All the crew members were gone. There was a mechanic in the cockpit and I stepped on alone, the flight attendant said. And at that moment, 2 men came out of hiding. They were on board our airplane in the back galley. She said they looked at me dead in the eye and turned their backs to me. Everything in me said, "Run." So I grabbed the bottle of water and got off the plane.
Fair.
The flight attendant said she doesn't know how 2 men came to be there. She doesn't think they were United kitchen workers or mechanics. I will tell you now, I'm convinced they were hiding in the meal cart. What I was told by an FBI person is that they came forward, the mechanic confronted them, and when he said, "What are you doing?" they pretended they didn't speak English. He went into the cockpit, he locked the door and called security. They ripped the carpet off the floor and opened the wheel well. They went down through that and into an electronic room I thought was a wheel well. I guess they have access to the wheel well, but it's all electronics down there and they escaped off the tarmac. The Bureau isn't saying what they know about this event, but what we do know, however, is that the Chicago-based dispatcher in control of all the United coast-to-coast flights on 9/11, a total of 16 jetliners, including the ill-fated 175 and 93, told 9/11 Commission staff about Flight 23 during an interview on April 24th, 2004. According to a 10-page memorandum for the record, Ed Ballinger stated that he'd been told by United personnel that Muslims, I think that's meant to say, on Flight 23 never claimed their baggage, and in their baggage was significant information of incriminating nature. The memorandum goes on to say that Ballinger, who issued the beware of cockpit intrusion warning, believes the communication may have prevented the hijacking of Flight 23. There's even evidence that more plane attacks were planned. For example, in the immediate aftermath of 9/11, Justice Department officials told reporters that agents conducting security sweeps found box cutter knives like those carried by the 9/11 hijackers on 2 Delta passenger jets scheduled to fly that day. At the time, it was not known how box cutters got there, and the matter quickly faded away. It just goes into a load of crap, but I'm pretty sure it says something that it was like the box cutters were actually hidden on the plane that was next to it, so it could have been a potential they put them on the wrong plane.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But at the same time, the argument to that is the other hijackers carried them themselves. So why were these ones put on the plane? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, but that's a bit
of a bizarre one. Like, me personally, I don't believe that there was a 5th plane. I think that is just like a happy coincidence.
Well, no, there weren't a 5th plane because they stopped it.
Well, no, but do you know what I mean? I don't think there was ever going to be a fifth plane.
No?
Nah.
I don't know. That does sound a bit...
It sounds a bit blasé, but at the same time, I think once you might look at it and think, oh, mind you saying that. You look at it and you think, oh, it's a bit bizarre, but then you find out what happened on that day. You can easily add 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, and as well, because they were meant to be taken off roughly the same time.
Yeah, and if they were impatient to take off, which I know on United 93 they were the same. They were impatient because that flight was delayed. Because that, obviously, I've told you before, that should have been one of the first planes to hit.
Yes. So with that, and as well, it was like they were on the tarmac ready to go.
Yeah.
The 2 planes going at the Twin Towers. As tragic as it is, luckily, they was like, no, shut everything down.
Yeah.
And they were just probably in the nick of time.
Yeah, literally, if they was like, well, the first plane to take off instead of the 10th.
Yeah.
It probably would have been. Plus, it makes sense as well, because with United 93, it was like, what was heading for, the Capitol building or the White House?
Yeah.
Maybe that was heading for the other one, do you know what I mean?
Exactly. So, yeah. Well, that was meant to go to Los Angeles.
Yeah,
But then again,
a lot of
the
flights were meant to go here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. If they just got hijacked and went.
Just turned it around.
Yeah,
and...
pretty much. Yeah. No,
but that is a bit of a mad one. Like I said, I've heard slight rumours about a fifth plane, but I thought that was just, you know what I mean, people just trying to add to the story.
Yeah.
And then
adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah, but then when I saw, and that's why I never really covered it. But then when I saw that the commission had acknowledged it, it was like, well, there must be something in it then for the FBI to investigate it and the commission to acknowledge it.
And as well, they haven't released all the details, but they've released some details, like just to get you interested.
Yeah, exactly. And if they're still currently investigating it,
yeah.
They're obviously believing something, or the
100%.
potential that this could be genuine.
So I'm leaning more towards that it did happen.
Well, there was a fifth plane.
Yeah, well, there would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's mad. And I mean,
and this is what I mean. It's like, I know I've mentioned it a fair fucking amount of times, but the fact that we're in 2026
and still new,
and it's still coming out.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's because it was such a traumatic. It was such an event.
Yeah.
That it will never leave the minds of people.
God no.
It will never go away from the public eye. You know what I mean?
No.
There'll always be researchers and stuff because of with all the plot holes.
Yeah.
And that it's just going to keep people winding in.
Yeah.
You yourself included.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
That's what I mean.
And as well, it's almost like, I'm not comparing the two at all. But when you hear, like, when we were growing up, we'd hear about stories of, like, World War One and World War Two and shit like that.
Yeah.
This was that was their big event. This is our big event. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's people fucking people that driving and all of that shit now, in the 25, 26. They weren't even born when this happened.
No.
Which is mental.
Yeah.
But, like, obviously, this is what we looked at with World War One and Two.
Yeah.
That's what they look at with this. Do you know what I mean?
100%. They're going to, like... they might be doing it now, but they'll be teaching this in school.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It's just mad. And just to say, Josh, you've touched one of the...
Towers.
Yeah.
Part of the towers, yeah. Keep forgetting that, actually, yeah. Which is weird, knowing what it was.
Yeah.
But at the same time, low-key kind of cool.
Well, yeah, because it's an interest of yours. It's the same as when I touched a lock at Loch Ness.
Yeah.
You know, that was such an interest of yours to see something of it in the flesh, in a way. You know what I mean? With your own eyes.
Yeah. Because, I mean, even when it happened, we were children. We didn't even really know what the fuck was going on. It was only when we grew up that was like,
just
oh,
turned
fuck.
6.
Yeah, exactly the same.
That was before you were 6. You're 15th.
Fuck yeah, it was, yeah. It was just before I was 6, yeah.
So, yeah, it's just mad. That is so mad.
Here we are, fucking, like you said, nearly 25 years later, still going on about it.
Yeah.
And still information coming out about it. It's just mental.
There'll always be information about it. And not just with 9/11, but with a lot of like different conspiracies, like JFK, people are still talking about.
Yeah, apparently a load more shit's come out about that.
Exactly. And that was, what, in the 60s?
Yeah. I'll have to see what I can find on that.
Yeah. You know. And it's the same with me. Like, they're still... deliberating about Patterson Gimlin film.
Yeah.
They're still deliberating about different sites of Loch Ness. They're still deliberating on the Yeti footprints and stuff like that.
That's the blessing in disguise on our podcast. I know we run out of topics quite quick. And we've been struggling recently. But there is new stuff that we can do in the future. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
once this has been like clarified or whatever,
yeah, exactly.
We can then discuss it. There's no point discussing it whilst it's still going on, because everything we say could be bullshit, or it could be the polar opposite.
This is the perfect episode, because 9/11 was our second ever episode.
Mm-hmm.
Loch Ness Monster was our third.
Yeah. We've gone right back down
to the beginning.
Yeah, we've gone right to the beginning.
So we'll always be coming back and forth with stuff. You know, like, the thing is, we don't know what we're going to be doing next week. And in a way, I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, the unknown.
Like, it's going to kind of like, because like last week we done a poll, we'll probably be doing a poll this week.
Yeah, of course.
And as well as other things. But also, it's just like that. We just got to like be like, no, we're doing this. It's not. It's not a chore.
Yeah, and also I think it's quite nice because it's getting you guys involved as well, because it's you that are choosing the episodes, not us.
Exactly, in a way, yeah. So
it's not like, right, this is what we're doing. Fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you have the choice.
You now have to watch it because it was your idea.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I'm enjoying this layout at the minute. I know it's only been like this is the first one in a way, but like,
well, yeah,
but this year, we like the start of this year, we've done like one topic, we've done
one topic episode each,
and then the murder mystery.
We have been talking about, which is probably going to be the way forward. Going forward, we'll probably do one topic episode each a month, and then the rest of the videos will be whatever you guys want to see, i.e., like a reaction on the hunt, tier list, murder investigation, anything like that.
Yeah, and as well when we actually go out on a hunt.
Exactly, which we may have something in the pipeline. So watch this space.
Yeah, but no, I've enjoyed this because I do love an on the hunt.
Yeah,
I do love an on the hunt.
It is just so. I know it's pretty much been the same length as a normal podcast episode, but at the same time, it's like you don't feel as
pressured.
Yeah,
and as well, it gives it's not focused on one of us.
We
both get our bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a bit less stress.
Yeah,
I find.
Yeah,
but
no, if you want us to cover a specific topic on the hunt, please do let us know.
Or just in general.
Yeah, anything. Literally anything. Yeah. You want us to talk about, I don't know, Britney Spears' meltdown from years ago. We'll rip the piss out of her, but
no, I'm good on that.
Yeah, same.
But no, I'd be really intrigued to see what people would want to see of us next.
Yeah, exactly. So please do let us know, whether that be via the comments or on our social medias.
Yeah.
Predominantly Instagram and Facebook are the two.
Are the easiest to get hold of us.
Yeah.
Well, no,
not necessarily two the easiest to get hold of us, but they're the two that we put the tier list on. And
yeah. Because
you can have your say, sort of thing.
Yeah, we've got our TikTok. I've been thinking as well, because I mean, we only see each other on Sundays, and usually like our TikTok's only from the episode.
Yeah.
But like, I'll talk to you a bit more about it when we come off. But yeah, I've got an idea.
Okay.
I've got an idea.
But no, I think that wraps us up, don't you?
Pretty much, I think so.
But no, hopefully you have enjoyed this episode. Be sure to check out all of our social media platforms. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good jazz on our YouTube. Thank you very much for watching or listening, or both, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Happy hunting. Oh, you made a mess of yourself, mate.